What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 545 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 146 of Community Universe Mode, coming to you a little bit live this Friday, but you boys got things to do tonight, all right? It's a Friday. He's going to go out and he's going to get his dick wet, all right? But anyhow, a big show, as always, in store, and well, of course, the final stop before this Sunday's Death Wish pay-per-view, the very first Genesis exclusive pay-per-view of this season, and it is going to be a rocky night, that is for sure, within the battle between the Regime and the Rebellion. But we kick things off in the light heavyweight division, as Azrael and Rob Cross team up to take on Flatters and the light heavyweight champion himself, Sam Valentine. A night that, well, we're going to witness quite a main event. For the first time ever, Josh Wolf and Paul Devine go one-on-one. Already a rocky alliance between them, leading the Rebellion. Can it survive with the #1 contendership to the Alpha World Championship on the line? We are going to find out. And a lot of big matches announced for this Sunday's Death Wish pay-per-view. But guys, I am also announcing here at the top of tonight's show a brand new show coming to CMV that'll premiere right after today's episode of Genesis, about 10-15 minutes after Genesis ends. It's called the CMV Rundown, where myself, maybe sometimes joined by a guest, we'll go through the events that have happened in the past week in CMV, talk about Twitter, the website, and announce some things. It'll be probably about a 20-30 minute show each episode. That's it. There isn't going to be any matches, just me, the big oaf, discussing all things CMV. So you can expect that after every episode of Genesis from here on out, and that is starting today. But of course, first we have to get through this absolutely beef boy episode. I am very much excited. Now my Brit's starting to roll in. All my Brits say hoo-ha. But of course, this tag team match to open up the show is definitely going to be an interesting one to see, because we already know heading into this that the relationship, the tag team of Azrael and Rob Cross, not going to be the most solid, as Azrael went off last week on both Rob Cross and Sam Valentine, because on last week's show we saw Azrael put up a hell of a fight against the returning Sam Valentine. Rob Cross would interfere, seemingly trying to help Azrael defeat Sam Valentine, but, well, it ended up backfiring in the end as Sam Valentine stood tall in victory. Azrael has made it very, very clear, though, since the end of last season, that he wants the light heavyweight championship to be added to his resume as a former two-time international champion, a former Fusion Tag Team champion. That title is in his sights, but, well, the man that he's teaming with is first in line. Rob Cross, unbeaten so far this season, is owed his rematch for losing the title to Sam Valentine back at Anarchy Rules. Cross obviously making a statement by interfering in that match last week between Azrael and the Dream. Hopefully the stream is looking at, oh, that voice crack right there. Hopefully the stream is looking at nice and clear for you guys. Back up to HD, 1080p, bitrate up, like good old Gumble suggested. So hoping that you can see Azrael in all of his glory. A lot of great matches to look forward to on tonight's card, guys, including one that, well, quite frankly, is always a showstopper. The old rivalry between Chris Andrews and Reese Matthews going to be reignited. And we've also got a debut tonight. Scott Dallas, who's been introducing himself to the CMV universe via the website for weeks now. going to have his chance to showcase his in-ring abilities as he goes one-on-one with Angelo Babos. But here comes one of the greatest light heavyweights in the wrestling world today. A 3-time WGW light heavyweight champion and the former CMV light heavyweight champion. What up, GOAT? Wishing a happy birthday, by the way, to one of our longest members, Hellish. Hopefully he pops in at some point. But there we have team number one. Will they be able to coexist, as here comes the blueprint of CMV. Flatters, who 2 weeks ago made it very clear where he stands in the brewing civil war on Genesis, siding with the rebellion against Pat LaFave's regime. But tonight, Flatters, who's had a rough season so far, unable to pick up a victory, hopes to, well, better his position in the light heavyweight championship rankings by teaming with the champ. Yes, I did get that message, Go, and yes, upload him if you have not, and I will grab him later tonight. Well, Flatters is definitely an incredible athlete, was unbeaten for all of last season. Won a match at Ascendance, the grandest stage of them all, against Matsuda Tanaka. There's no doubt this kid has a bright future. Excuse me. Again, guys, we're testing HD again. It seemed to be working pretty well the other day, but if there's any issues on your screen, please let me know in chat, because I, of course, cannot actually see the stream, only chat. And here is the glorious Dream. The CMV light heavyweight champion, CMV veteran, Sam Valentine. Busted his ass for 3 years, many failed attempts at championship gold, but, well, one fateful night, Anarchy Rules it was, answered Rob Cross's open challenge. Able to get the job done, and, well, spent over a month touring the United States in celebration, visiting every major nightclub. Finally made his way back to Genesis last week with that great win over Azriel. Tonight, of course, in fact, up next after this opener, Xander Slate is back, the international champion. Haven't seen him in a few weeks. Going to be exciting to have the OG Dirty Heel in action against Anthony Brown. And the regime hard out work to dismantle their adversaries, as Reese Ortiz going to be placed in a handicap match against Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious. Does Ortiz even stand a chance after what Sutter and Devious did to Wolf and Divine last week? I do not think so. But here we go. Going to be Azriel starting things off for he and Rob Cross against Flatters for he and Sam Valentine. This is the opening match, GOAT. Referee Tyson going to ring the bell, and Azriel starts strong with a forearm smash, but, well, control quickly gets by Flatters with a nice kick to the midsection, followed by a calf kick. Tries to continue the kicking barrage with a stomp. Azriel now desperately early on, vying to take back the driver's seat. Flatters stand on top of him, though. Knee strike followed by a discus clothesline. Not quite as good as Xander Slate, but decent enough. Both men jockeying for control there, seeing who's the stronger. Flatter's going to try for a tag to the light heavyweight champion. Adriel, though, fighting out of the corner. Right back into the grasp of the blueprint of CMV, though. Face first off that top turnbuckle, stuns him, and here we go. Tag to the dream. Pendulum backbreaker. Valentine with a double boot stomp to the throat, that looked like. That was pretty nasty. Adriel desperately tries to get back up to his feet using the ropes, and Valentine says, here, let me help you. Irish whip. Rebounds right into an attempted back elbow. Didn't really go Valentine's way, though. Now he puts Adriel in the corner, attempting to charge him. Tag now to Rob Cross, and a bit of a rematch from Anarchy Rules, and the rematch we will get sometime in the next few weeks. Ooh, a spear from Valentine. Rob Cross recuperating quickly. Super kick doesn't even seem to really phase Sam that much. Hell of a jaw. Oh man, this brain buster definitely gonna do some damage though. Hey, hellishly birthday boy. Happy birthday to you. Sam Valentine looking for that tag to Flatters, but Rob Cross, again, who this season has been unbeaten, looking possibly as great as he ever has in his CMV career. Also a former tag team champion. Last year's CMV Tag Team Cup winner along with Chris Diamond. And, well, I bring that up because in just a couple of weeks, Genesis going back to Japan for the 4th annual CMV Tag Team Cup. Maybe Rob Cross going to try to become the first ever 2-time winner. Irish whip Sam Valentine off the ropes. Rob Cross, man, staying on him like a monkey on a cupcake. Valentine sensing that he's in trouble, but Rob Cross not letting him get away so quick. Nice reversal of Cross's attempted knee strike. And there's the strength and bravado of Valentine all in one with the press-ups out of the military press. Irish whip now to the corner. Valentine wanting to give Flatters a chance. Nope, clothesline instead. Once again, excuse me. Valentine now attempting to work the arm, it seems, of Rob Cross, but the former light heavyweight champion going to escape that. Feeling this match drift away from him. Valentine doing a very good job of keeping him at bay, though. If I were Cross, I'd be looking for a tag right about now to Azriel. Sam Valentine again mocking Rob Cross by taunting him. Look at this, just unloading with some pretty brutal looking strikes. Cross trapped in that seated position. Uh-oh. In the corner. Rob Cross knew it was coming there. Able to dodge the Dream Shatterer super kick into a straightjacket German. Simply beautiful. Now Cross with an implant buster. Kind of a modified implant buster. Usually you set it up in a chicken wing, but Cross using a butterfly. Even going so far as to bust the light heavyweight champion open. Sam Valentine vying to get back into this, but while Cross is having his way with him, the global phenom has his eyes set on putting away the champ. Gonna go for it, the ripcord! Knee to the face, but, well, bad ring positioning for Rob Cross there. Sam Valentine getting graced by the wrestling god with a rope break. I don't even know if he's aware that the match is still going on, though. Hangman's neckbreaker. Valentine has got to make a tag to Flatters. He is not looking good, but even still, I mean, Rob Cross, 200-something pounds. Valentine's done that to even bigger men. So impressive. Now puts him in the corner, gonna try again. Looking to shatter Rob Cross's dreams of again becoming light heavyweight champion. but instead goes for an alley-oop. Trying to get into Rob Cross's head, I guess. Cock teasing all of us. Rob Cross makes that hot tag to Azrael, a last-ditch effort. Now it might be on the shoulders of the Boa to bring this match home. Azrael so far this season has been putting on some bangers. His match against Brett Angel last month, against St. Valentine last week, but unable to pick up any wins. He needs this. Throwing himself at Flatters, but the blueprint. Whoa! Both guys trying for some big moves there. Azrael went low, Flatters went high. Completely dodged each other. Now look at this back and forth, and there goes Flatters to the outside. Have a nice trip and see you next fall. Azrael kind of marking his territory. Stan Valentine watching it diligently from the apron there as Flatters gets his face busted off the apron. Watch the referee's count though. Tyson, our head official on Genesis, already at 4. As Azrael just continues to punish Flatters ringside. Kick to the midsection. Oh my God, powerbomb onto the apron and then whipping him shoulder first. Azrael, intent on injuring Flatters here. Inflicting damage, apparently not enough for the Boa. Now going after that shoulder that was just slammed into the ring apron. Don't forget, Azrael, a submission expert, as he locks in this camel clutch, and the back of Flatters has to be in 10 different kinds of pain after that apron powerbomb. Look at Flatters, though. Gotta respect his work ethic, not going down so easy. Azrael trying to make a tag to Rob Cross now. Flatters, though, attempts a big boot, only to have it sidestepped, and now Azrael with a rotation and Hangman's neckbreaker. That's the type of Hangman's neckbreaker where drilled down onto the opponent's shoulder instead of the mat. Might be even more lethal. Now back to the arm. Azrael just branching out and going after every single exposed limb of the blueprint as we get our first tweet of the night, and it's from George King, who simply says, "Not impressed." Apparently watching, not too keen on any 4 of these superstars. Of course, big news dropped this past week on our Twitter that the Kingdom has officially signed with Genesis, and look at Azrael go, rolling knee bar to Flatters, and the blueprint could be in big trouble of tapping out, but able to escape. It has been all Azrael these past few minutes. Just as I say that, though, implant, DDT, 1, 2, 3, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, Flatters and Sam Valentine take the cake. Wow. Azrael was having his way with Flatters, but one mistake, one opening for the blueprint. Nailing Azrael with that devastating impaler DDT to put him away. What a partnership these two made. Well, the fact of the matter is, Rob Cross has his rematch clause. He's coming to cash it in. This bodes well for Flatters, though, heading into the future. Well, guys, as mentioned towards the end of that opening match there, by the way, congrats to Flatters and Sam Valentine for picking up the W, but the Kingdom has officially signed with Genesis in the wake of Unmatched closing its doors, and well, George King will debut right here on Genesis next week. In fact, General Manager Pat LaFave put together a poll, putting it in the fans of the CMV universe as to who would be his first opponent. The choices being Mr. Money in the Bank El Jefe, Josh Wolf, or Paul Devine. And in a landslide from both our website and the Twitter, Paul Devine has been selected. So it is official. Next week, George King debuts on Genesis, going one-on-one with Paul Devine. The question is, will Paul Devine be Alpha World Champion? Because in tonight's main event, he takes on Josh Wolf for the first time ever. #1 contendership on the line to see who will face Pat LaFave this Sunday at Death Wish. But up next, a man who we have not seen in a good few weeks. Many saying that he's been hiding from Brett Angel, the international champion. Xander Slate got so fed up of hearing that. Not only is he returning to competition tonight, but he has gone so far as to issue a challenge to Matsuda Tanaka and Brett Angel to step into the ring with him this Sunday at Death Wish for the International Championship in a triple threat. Of course, you'll remember that Xander Slate defeated Brett Angel on the season premiere. Brett Angel would then go on to attack Xander Slate over the next couple of weeks, and Matsuda Tanaka, in the meantime, was named #1 contender. But before Tanaka could get his shot against Xander Slate 3 weeks ago, Brett Angel attacked the Ultimate One. The match never ended up happening. So now we're going to get all three superstars in the ring this Sunday at Death Wish for the championship. Xander Slate along with Brett Angel, the two longest standing members of the CMV roster. By that I mean the two most consistent. They have never left besides injuries here and there. No longer than a couple of months at a time. Xander Slate, Brett Angel both have the accolades to show that, but well, Xander Slate is up against a man who has his own share of accolades, as he'll be going one-on-one with Anthony Brown to the left there. For those who do not know, a former Unmatched television champion, and the two of these guys former Unmatched tag team champions. Anthony Brown going to go solo tonight, though. His massive cousin Curtis Heist in his corner. These two returning last week, suffering a loss to French Pride. Was quite an upset in the eyes of many in the CMV universe. Opportunity to bounce back big, though, here on tonight's show. We, of course, will see both Matsuda Tanaka and Brett Angel in action later on, a part of a big six-man tag. And that not the only triple threat match announced for Death Wish, guys, because we also know that Mills, Angelo Babos, and El Jefe are slated to meet each other in the ring in just a couple of days' time. And in fact, a big announcement regarding that match on the first episode of the CMV Rundown immediately following Genesis today. El Jefe also a part of that six-man tag, as is Mills, and talked about earlier how Babos will be in action against newcomer Scott Dallas as Xander Slate starts strong against Anthony Brown with a massive shoulder block. Brown tries to fire back early but gets taken down, draped over the ropes, and now the knee to the upper back, pressing him against the middle rope. Xander Slate, such a ring veteran, knows to use every single square inch as a weapon. Xander Slate, of course, been in a bit of turmoil these past couple of weeks because his very close friend, Reese Ortiz, deciding to go with the rebellion against the regime while Xander Slate stayed by Pat LaFave's side. Xander Slate made it clear on Twitter, though, saying, "Reese Ortiz, you chose wrong. We are not friends anymore." But Reese Ortiz adamantly replying, saying, "One day you'll realize Pat LaFave is a tyrant and I will be there to pick you back up again." Well, after this match, Reese Ortiz is in big trouble because he's going to be up against Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious in a handicap match. Who knows if he's even going to survive that. Nice push off by Anthony Brown, giving him a little bit of room. Well, Xander Slate right back on the attack. Slate been the internet since the end of last season. He won it in a triple threat, defeating then champion Brody Halleck and Tim LaFave. Pulling Anthony Brown in for that devastating swinging side slam. Here's a tweet now, guys, from Crow, who says, at Pat LaFave, now that we've shown that we can beat the ATL, are you giving us our rightful championship match? Of course, referring to last week when the Anarchists attacked the police squad and then took their place in the match against the ATL, defeating the reigning World Tag Team Champions. And the CMV Universe been a buzz this past week, certainly agreeing that the Anarchists deserve a championship shot. There's many, though, saying that the police squad were robbed. I guess we'll have to wait and find out what exactly Pat LaFave's decision is. Pat's got a lot on his table. Going to be finding out in tonight's main event. Josh Wolf, Paul Devine, who he defends his title against this Sunday, and the main event of Death Wish. As Xander Slate just continues to pick apart Anthony Brown. Goes for a kick to the shin, but missed it. Now going to pay. Future shock by the international champion. And that's going to set up Anthony Brown for the end. Xander Slate going to go for the cravat driver. Brown, though, reversed. But Slate right back into control with that stun gun. Lateral press pin. Only a 1 count produced for the OG Dirty Heel. Oh, speaking of, looking to use one of his Dirty Heel tricks. The leverage of the ropes. Anthony Brown able to escape. This match has not been going too well for him, though. Xander Slate with a botch fly. Shades of Quinn Bell, the women's Intercontinental Champion. The last ever women's Intercontinental Champion. Wonder how Jacob Ziegler feels about Xander Slate hitting that. Anthony Brown now dropped over the top rope. Gonna make it hard for him to breathe. Xander Slate knows it. Gonna go for the cravat driver again. Anthony Brown has that move well scouted. Unfortunately, he can't seem to capitalize off making the reversal. And there's just a straight up cutter. Anthony Brown, big upset win. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. The former television champion, former tag team champion, even though he and Curtis Heist's arrival on Genesis didn't really go their way last week, picking up a win over the International. Look at Xander. He's not looking where this match is going. He's got a big match this Sunday at Death Wish. Slate has had enough. Looks like he's going to go back into hiding. Wow, and Anthony Brown's not going to chase him down, moonwalking as Xander walks to the top of the ramp. Looks like he's going to take a count-out loss, conserving himself for this Sunday, where he has to defend his title against Matsuda Tanaka and Brett Angel in a triple threat, allowing referee Tyson to count 6, 7. Anthony Brown not chasing him down. Brown says, hey, a win is a win. 8. Even if Xander Slate wanted to, he couldn't make it back to the ring in time now. 9, and it's over. Anthony Brown, the winner via countout. Xander Slate did not like how the match was going, deciding to throw the match as he smirks from atop the ramp. And a win is a win. Anthony Brown has just defeated the International Champion via countout here tonight on Genesis. What had the making to be a great match. It's very obvious that Bright Angel has gotten into the head of Xander Slate. Can he walk out of Death Wish still the International Champion this Sunday? for Anthony Brown. Might be some celebrating at a local bar with his cousin after that. Well, guys, up next, for lack of a better word, we are about to witness the murder of Reese Ortiz. I've seen some in the CMV universe put it. Since choosing to side against the regime and pair with Josh Wolf of the Rebellion, Pat LaFave wasting no time, looking to teach the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational winner a lesson, as he'll be pitted against the team of Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious, the regime's attack dogs who last week brutalized Josh Wolf and Paul Devine, defeating them by countout in the main event. Pat LaFave even going further to say that if Reese Ortiz somehow survives this match this Sunday at Death Wish, he'll be right back in the ring again to go one-on-one with the Alpha World Champion's left hand, Braxton Sutter, unbeaten since coming to Genesis as Pat LaFave's bodyguard. Reese Ortiz, there's no denying that he is an absolutely phenomenal athlete, but against these odds and just knowing that Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious dismantled two of the greatest in CMV's history, Wolf and Devine, last week, Reese Ortiz, all the props in the world to him for showing up, not backing down, getting right in the face of the regime here. Might be a mistake in the end. The hero killer who, of course, was a part of that amazing elimination chamber at Anarchy Rules. It came down to him and Paul Devine. After Devious, remember, originally wasn't even supposed to be in the chamber. He took out D'Angelo Prince beforehand. And then Pat LaFave allowed him to take the spot. Well, Devious is obviously paying Pat LaFave back for that by being a part of the regime and looking to maintain control. As soon as Paul Devine returned a couple weeks ago, Devious immediately reared his ugly head as well. Devious has vowed revenge on the Asian sensation for what he did to Devious's knee inside of the chamber. The former Money in the Bank winner and a light heavyweight champion been hailed as the future of CMV. Looking as swole as I have ever seen him. Matt Devious has one thing on his mind and one thing only. That is getting his hands on Paul Devine. I want to talk about a truly scary individual. What about this man? Pat LaFave, I should say. Personal bodyguard. The hammer of the regime. The massive Braxton Sutter, who did to Paul Devine last week what I have never seen anybody do to Paul Devine before. Absolutely brutalized the Asian sensation to the point where Devine could not answer the referee's 10 count. This is just honestly terrifying individual. And if you're Reese Ortiz, looking at these two guys, you gotta be shaking in your loafers. And here's a tweet from Josh Wolf who says, I don't expect us to be on bad terms, Paul. We have Pat scared. Let's give the fans a match to remember. Well, Josh Wolf seems confident that the alliance between him and Paul Devine will not waver in tonight's main event, but with so much on the line, how could it not? Even if you don't want to admit it, Pat LaFave is a smart man to pit those two against each other, and here he comes, the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational winner, former Trios champion. The man who does not back down from a fight, Reese Ortiz. This is a handicap match. Reese Ortiz going to be on his own against these two Goliaths. And remember, if Reese Ortiz can somehow survive this match, he'll have to do it all over again this Sunday at Death Wish, one-on-one with Sutter. So here we go, this handicap match going to get underway. Reese Ortiz against the regime. Wait a minute, what the hell? Is this? Hang on a second. It is, I think. Yes, it's Martini, Lance Martini, coming to the aid of Reese Ortiz. Lance, in a very passionate statement last week, 100% put himself alongside the Rebellion, and it looks like the Rebellion has each other's backs. Lance Martini coming to help out Reese Ortiz here tonight. The Rebellion against the regime as Martini stands alongside Ortiz against Matt Devious and Braxton Sutter. Referee Tyson rings the bell, and now we have a tag team match. Ortiz starts off against the Hero Killer strong. Nice clothesline. Devious tries to come back with a cheeky little jab. Distance game, not looking too great for Ortiz there. He attempted that grapple, didn't go his way. Back body drop now, though. Bringing Devious up to his feet. Look at this, though. The dastardly one reels him in. For that short arm shoulder block. Oh. And then just a face full and in. Reese Ortiz is a guy who loves to use his knees. Probably not such a big fan when it's being done to him. And here we go, a tag to Martini. Referee Tyson allowing this. I don't even think Tyson wants to try to get in the middle of this war between the Rebellion and the regime. Well, right into the mix, and gonna catch a complete shot for his troubles as Devious looks for a tag to Braxton Sutter. Martini says, yeah, no thanks. Martini voted last year most likely to succeed in the Glammy Awards, and well, went on to become international champion. Has certainly been a very polarizing figure this past year, but he stands firm with the Rebellion, the former constable of Cass LaFave. Now has to contend with Braxton Sutter as Devious made that hot tag. And look at the cleaner go to work. Oh my God, just throwing Martini into the corner. Big hook to the jaw now. Pushes him into the corner. Only to introduce him to the top turnbuckle with that snake eyes. Guys, still a lot to get to. This is not the final battle between the Rebellion and the regime tonight. Brainbuster down onto the knee, and look at Sutter. Looking to make Martini regret making his way to the ring tonight. Oh, sit out power bomb. Ortiz trying to give Martini the benefit of the doubt. 1, 2, the count of 2. Ortiz has to make the save, otherwise that might have been the end right there. Now Ortiz focusing on taking out Devious, and all-out war in the ring. As I was saying, though, still to come, 6-man tag. Oh, Martini channeling his inner Bloody Brit by flipping off Sutter. Of course, Chris Andrews, a part of the regime. Look at Martini go, though. Building up a comeback. He might be looking down, but he ain't out. Forearm smash in the corner, followed through by a bulldog. Kick to the midsection, catches the leg, go to Sutter. That six-man tag team match, I am looking forward to. Gonna pit Kevin Silva, Mills, and Matsuda Tanaka against a dream team of Perry Keenan, El Jefe, and Brett Angel tag the Reese Ortiz while Sutter is down. Let's not forget the Bloody Brett also gonna be in action tonight, one-on-one with Reese Matthews. Sutter and Ortiz, an early preview of this Sunday's Death Wish match. And remember, at Death Wish, every single match going to have a stipulation attached to it. I can only imagine what Pat LaFave is going to put Ortiz through at the hands of Sutter. Brainbuster down onto the knee, and take a close look. Sutter has that knee brace on. I wonder if it's for an injury or to add more damage to that brainbuster. I mean, that brace has hard plastic parts in it, even some metal. Excuse me. Off the ropes, Ortiz hoping to rally a comeback from the CM Universe. Kick to the midsection, off the ropes, single knee face breaker. Down goes the cleaner. Can Ortiz keep him there, though? Super kick to the knee. Super kick up under the chin, that big old bushy beard. Taking its lickings. Braxton just stomping out of the hand of Ortiz, the former trio champion. Look at that teamwork! Yeah, baby! And now look at Ortiz. Like a snake in the grass. Jumping cutter and slithers into the pin. 1, 2, but devious there to make the save. Martini gonna make him pay for that, though. Backbreaker, neckbreaker, and out goes the hero killer as the antagonist tries to follow through on Sutter, who's bleeding like a stuck pig right now. Another Enzu lariat from Ortiz. Pardon me. Look at Ortiz go, just throwing himself at Sutter right now. Elbow drops, leg drops, stomps. Trying anything he can to keep the giant down. Hip toss, knee strike. Sutter is being mauled right now. On the verge of taking his first loss. Devious is still down. Oh, I guess Martini not the only one channeling his inner Bloody Brett tonight. Reese Ortiz lining up the shot for the drive-by. Ortiz takes a deep breath ringside. This match is taking its toll on him. Sutter is in La La Land. Does Ortiz have it? Can Martini stop Devious? No, he cannot. Chasing Devious to the apron. Man, Sutter, these last 5 minutes or so, has been at the mercy of Reese Ortiz, but Ortiz can't keep him down. Matt Devious keeps being able to make the save. Gouging the eyes once again. Braxton Sutter with a clothesline that would probably take the head off any normal man in the audience. Look at that. Roll through calf kick, hot tag to Devious. I think Sutter might be out for the rest of this match. The former light heavyweight champion, calf kick, now tries for a rolling heel kick. Super kick to the knee, catches that knee though. Elbow gonna turn it to dust. Short arm clothesline and Devious right to the face. Closed fists grinding the forehead. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Braxton Sutter already back up onto the apron. Just look at that face. He's got blood all over his chest now too. All over his shirt. Ortiz got him good. You want to talk about getting someone good though. Look at Devious and using knees to the side of the head. Oh, another one too. That had some pizzazz behind it. Devious into a triangle choke. Triangle choke by the dastardly villain. Reese Ortiz is in trouble, middle of the ring, nowhere to go. The shin bone being pressed to the throat. Ortiz just barely escaping on the one coffee. It should be Ortiz though. Uh-oh, going for Sutter. Ortiz lets his emotions get the better of him. Oh no. No, do not tell me Devious is gonna do what I think he's gonna do! Pile driver! Off the apron! Oh my God! Absolutely deadly! And then following it up with a rolling heel kick. How the hell is Reese Ortiz even alive right now? The neck of the fourth angle Cyborg Invitational winner. Look at Devious just basking in his own handiwork. Ortiz, unresponsive. Whatever he has left, desperately trying to make it across the ring to tag Martini. Ortiz digs down deep. The hell of a kick! One last shot. One last shot by Ortiz. Now going for the surprise blowjob. I don't know how Ortiz has recovered. Go for the jumping cutter again. Oh, but Devious saw it coming. Battles out of the corner. Man, I'll tell you this much. Reese Ortiz has got to get his neck checked after this match. Look at Steve Austin. Neck injury he suffered shaved years off his career, even though he was still able to compete afterwards. Well, Devious was looking for his punt kick out of the corner, but then just randomly stopped. Instead, throwing Ortiz to the ringside area again. I can only imagine what's going through the villain's mind right now. Throwing him right back into the ring. I guess wanting to set him up for some sort of apron move. Ortiz soiled that. Look, oh my God, Ortiz. Holy shit. Literally getting the shit kicked out of him. And what is this now? Continuing to target that neck. Hangman's DDT. Jesus. Devious now going low. I have found new respect for Reese Ortiz. How he even got up after that pile driver off the apron, I will never know, but we are clearly seeing the effects. Like, what is he doing right now? I don't think Ortiz is 100% aware of what's going on. Well, who's he even looking at? He's looking off to the side, not going after Devious. It's clear Ortiz is suffering. Look at this. He's suffering some kind of head trauma. Trying to snap back to reality. Braxton Sutter just getting into the ring and... yeah, there we go. Ortiz needs to make this tag. Ugh. Devious knows he needs to make that tag too. Martini trying to help. Tag now to Sutter. The cleaner back in. Assisted take the kick. Punch to the back of the head. And Sutter now. Just ducking Reese to the outside. I mean, come on. Referee Tyson should call this match. Even I can see that Reese Ortiz is not in the right frame of mind. There's something going on. I'm sure Tyson is under direct orders from Pat LaFave, though, not to end this match, not to call it. And just throw it with ease. Reese Ortiz, a 200-plus pound man, just whipped across the ring. Sutter not done. The right hand of the Alpha World Champion. Ortiz continues to try and fight. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, Ortiz! Oh, I actually got up out of my seat a little bit. I thought he was gonna make that tag, but Sutter. Did you see that forearm barrage, dude? Get out of here. I mean, there's a point where Tyson's gotta, oh! Reese Ortiz with a Hurricane Rana. Could this be the opening he needs? Reese Ortiz gonna take the ball and roll. Oh no! Trying to go old school for the front flip DDT, but Sutter reverses it. I was gonna say there's a point where referee Tyson has to risk his livelihood. He's got a job. It's his job to protect these superstars. Oh my God, dude. Reese is just being... There's so many points this match could have ended. Ortiz, the hot tag. So many points Sutter or Devious could have just ended this match. Finally trying to do so. Martini in to make the save. Devious stops him. Reese Ortiz kicks out. And Martini gets busted open by a knee. Now he's gone. Reese Ortiz can't even make a tag if he even wants to. Reese, slowly but surely, Helluva kick to the cleaner, and just no effect. No effect at all to Sutter. How is Reese gonna make it to Death Wish this Sunday, guys? How? And if he does, how does he have any chance of beating Braxton? Martini is still down ringside. Ortiz wants to make the tag, but it's not there. He's got to do it on his own. Ortiz! Front flip. Oh my God. I keep getting so hopeful. Tyson, call this match, man. You have a job. Where's your integrity? I'm sure he's got a family to feed, but come on, man. Ortiz might be looking like he's okay, but we've seen numerous points throughout this match. He's not. Ortiz wipes the sweat from his face. Even though Martini's back on the apron, he's looking maybe even worse than Ortiz. Jumping car. Braxton's just shooing Reese's shit away like a annoying gnat. Martini trying to get into the ring, trying to tell Tyson, come on, do something, get in there. Ortiz is a fighter. Ortiz has a heart bigger than maybe anyone in the entire Genesis roster. The tag. Yes, the tag! Martini, please! Bring it home! Goes for his code breaker! Braxton, though, just start calling him the finisher reversal artist. Counter at the counter, but doesn't save him there. No fun! For the regime! And then flips off the hard camera. He knows Pat's watching. Kick to the ribs and then a stomp to the back of the head. Martini is relishing in this. The former international champion for the Rebellion. Whatever he tried for, Braxton reverses. That's like 6 finishers in a row he's reversed. This man is unearthly. Martini's fighting though. He knows this is basically a handicap match, though. Reese Ortiz is no good. Irish Whip. Do not tell me Martini's going to try to tag in Ortiz. Ortiz had like no time to rest. Excuse me. Sutter wants to tag the Devious. Sutter's had his fun. Drop toe hold, elbow drop combination. These two are becoming a fluid tag team. Reese Ortiz is even offering the tag. Uh-oh, devious skull crack. Martini's down. Devious to the pin. 1, 2. Somehow Martini kicks out as Braxton further demolishes Ortiz. Martini's got a fire up under his ass. Codebreaker again. To the hero killer. Into the pin. Can he sneak it? 1. Braxton's there. And Martini's not going to let that lie. He's mean bugging Braxton like, bitch, you better not do that again. There's the knee, the deadly knees of Matt Devious. And will that do it? 1, 2. Nope. Martini continues to show some resiliency. And Martini, what's he going for here? The party policeman. Oh, spinning reverse STO. Can Martini, Reese Ortiz is still down though. Sutter's gonna be able to make that save easy. 1, yeah, only a 1 count. Oh, look at Martini, get out of here, bitch. Reese Ortiz just now got back to the apron. Martini needs a tag. Devious continues to not allow it. Oh, look at Devious work. He enjoys it. He loves it. Savors and inflicting agony. Doesn't matter who he's doing it for, why he's doing it. Look at this. Looking right in the eyes of Martini, drilling him down. Martini, hot tag to Ortiz, who's possibly suffering a concussion right now. Wait, what? What the hell was that? 1, 2. Only a 2 count. It seems like Ortiz got distracted by it again. I'm no doctor, but I can just see. I can just see that something's not right. Haluva kick. Nope. And devious Muda lock. By the villain. Will Ortiz tap? No, what is this guy made of? Breaks the hold of the Muda lock. Right back into the corner. Martini is still out of it. I don't even know where he is. Taken for a walk up against the ropes. Slingshotted back into the center of the ring. Man, these 4 guys putting each other through the ringer. What an awesome match this has been. Not so awesome for Reese Ortiz in that aspect. This match should have ended a long time ago. But Reese Ortiz has definitely proven to everyone, any doubters, that he is the future of Genesis with this performance. Escaping the waistlock, Braxton Sutter continues to try to get to the ring. And look at this, more teamwork between Reese Ortiz and No Fun. Knife edge chop, letting up that chest the 4th of July. Martini now giving Ortiz room to work. Excuse me. Oh my God, Ortiz! The MVP! Oh, come on! Gonna name the team of Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious no finishers, please. And now Devious gets busted up, and the only person not bleeding, surprisingly, is Reese Ortiz. Tag back to Martini. Martini taunting, mocking Matt Devious. Codebreaker again to the villain. Irish whip in the corner. Oh no! Super kick to the back of the head. after missing that corner move. Walking right into that pop-up. Double boots up under the chin. Martini! DDT! Oh, come on! A road break. How unlucky. How unlucky. Martini continues to roll, though. Backing Devious up into the corner. Hangman's DDT. Brutal move. Now it's not even Reese Ortiz I'm worried about. I'm worried about all four of these guys having an injury. That is the third code breaker that Matt Devious has taken. His face covered in blood. Martini kick to the gut though. Takedown lariat. Into the corner. Takes a deep breath. Chatting up a game plan with Ortiz. Saying, this is it, Ortiz. You get Sutter. I'll get Devious. Can they do it? What is Martini going for? Oh! Devious counters with an elbow. Suplex. Drops down behind. Neck breaker. Now Martini needs to make a tag to Ortiz. There it is. Frequent tags between these two. I think obviously realizing that at this point they are both severely disadvantaged. And there we go. Off that calf kick, Reese Ortiz is busted open, and now all four men are bleeding. This has got to be one of the most hard-hitting, bloody battles I've witnessed in my CMV days. Skull crack by Devious. Trying to make it easier. What? Tagging Braxton? Not going for the pin though. Gonna give... What? Why did he not pin him? There's got to be some ulterior motive. Like Pat LaFave told these guys, don't win. Just beat the hell out of them two. Well, out of Reese Ortiz. Wasn't expecting Martini. Remember, this was originally supposed to be a handicap match. Martini came out to help Reese Ortiz. And I think he might regret that decision now for the rest of his life. Which is how long this match might end up going anyway. Reese Ortiz continues to throw himself at Braxton Sutter in the corner, but Sutter just keeps reversing. The cleaner, Irish whip over the... Oh, there goes Tyson. I'm going to say that's a well-deserved bump. F you, Tyson. Should have ended this match ages ago. Reese Ortiz getting goddamn beaten down in the corner like a freaking newbie to the jail block. Still kicked it out. Grab by the arm, snapped over the shoulder. Reese Ortiz, Irish whip, off the ropes. Ducks down, clothesline by, look at that face. Look at Braxton Sutter's face. Tell me that is not the stuff of nightmares. Tell me you are not going to have nightmares about this guy tonight. Oh my God, what is Ortiz doing? You want some? Come get some. DDT on the apron to the ape who just shakes it off. Hot tag to Martini. Yo, Sutter didn't even blink. Didn't even blink. Shook that shit off. Face breaker by Martini. Martini! Oh shit! Martini hands the brute, the ape, the cleaner, his first loss. That apron DDT obviously did the damage. And that face breaker was the icing on the cake. Point to the rebellion. And look at that replay. I don't know how the hell the match wasn't stopped right there. Wow. Martini coming to the aid of Ortiz tonight. What a war. And now Ortiz has to do it all over again this Sunday, one-on-one with Braxton Sutter. But at least now we know the ape can be beaten. All right, y'all ready for a six-man tag now? Because that is what is up next. And still a lot to get to. That was only our third match. We're an hour and this might be the longest show of the season. I'm fine with it. I don't have places to be for a while. We still got Britt versus Reese Matthews. We still got Scott Dallas debuting against Angelo Barros. We still got that first time ever main event. Josh Wolf one-on-one with Paul Devine, #1 contendership for grabs. But first, 3 matches coming together as one this Sunday at Death Wish. We will see Kevin Silva one-on-one with Perry Heaton. We will see Mills and El Jefe joined by Angelo Barros in the triple threat. Do not forget a big announcement regarding that match immediately following Genesis on the first episode of the CMV Rundown. And of course, we know that Matsuda Tanaka and Brett Angel will be a part of that triple threat with Xander Slate for the International Championship. Slate earlier tonight walking out on his match with Anthony Brown and losing by count. I talked about how obviously Brett Angel is in the head of the OG Dirty Heel, but he's in the head of Matsuda Tanaka as well. Remember, Tanaka was the original #1 contender. He won that Fatal 5-Way on the season premiere, but before he could get his shot, his one-on-one match with Slate 3 weeks ago, Brett Angel attacked him backstage, put him through a table even. And meanwhile, the rivalry, it's been a quiet rivalry been brewing between Kevin Silva and Perry Heaton ever since Heaton made the interesting decision. It shocked me personally. I 100% thought Perry Heaton, if anything, would be a regime guy, but he attacked Kevin Silva after they beat Josh Wolf in that handicap match in the season premiere. Well, the Portuguese god of wrestling is going to have his chance at redemption this Sunday. And meanwhile, we all know what's been going on between Mills and El Jefe months now, but it really kicked up a notch last week when Mills defeated Angelo Barros. Afterwards was looking to maybe end the career of Angelo Barros before El Jefe came in and saved the day. Mills has been very, very vocal about what he wants, and that's the Money in the Bank briefcase, saying, I will fry the fish if I have to. But El Jefe got the better of Mills a couple of weeks ago, beat him by countout. El Jefe's a smart man. He knows he can't beat Mills by traditional means. What's going to happen this Sunday in that triple threat, though, I am very interested to find out. What keeps happening to you guys? Stream okay? Again, we are testing HD, 1080p. So if there are any issues like lag or anything, be sure to let me know. I also played around with the bit rate, so hopefully it looks good. Hopefully you can see Kevin Silva in all his Portuguese glory. The god of wrestling, a former World Tag Team Champion, adamant supporter of Pat LaFave and his regime. Pat LaFave been hailed, has been, I should say, quoted as hailing Kevin Silva, being the son he always wanted. And whether you like the guy or not, you certainly have to admit, awesome guy to watch in the ring. And then, of course, bringing the muscle with him, the 7-foot-tall mastodon, the Leviathan, the Hominid. Over 300 pounds of pain. Mills has been making the life of El Jefe a living hell this season. And of course, Mills is friends with the final man of this team. And what was a huge surprise a couple of weeks ago, I remember it was slated to be Mills one-on-one with El Jefe, but at the last minute, Mills feigned a wrist injury and substituted himself with this man, Matsuda Tanaka, who would go on to defeat Mr. Money in the Bank. The rightful #1 contender to the International Championship has got a bone to pick with Brett Angel, but well, this Sunday at Death Wish, hopefully his emotions will be kept in check. The International Championship going to be on the line. The Ultimate One, Matsuda Tanaka, debuted to the praise of just about everyone early last season, but, well, we all know what ended up happening, going on one of the worst losing streaks we've ever seen in this company. But the start of this season, Matsuda Tanaka came out a new man by winning that 5-pack challenge. Will he be able to put aside the personal beef with Brett Angel as he vies to become an international champion this Sunday at Death Wish? So there's team #1, a super team in their own right. You got the technical prowess of Kevin Silva, the strength of Mills, and the striking aptitude of Matsuda Tanaka, but well, this is the team that's at everyone's pennies drenched, mine included. The top of the chain here on Genesis, the Pit Bull, the former Anarchy champion, has taken issue with Kevin Silva and the regime becoming what I believe will be a very valuable asset for the Rebellion in the future. Excuse me. Perry Hayden, excuse me, historically has not been a huge team player, but I think he realizes what's at stake here on Genesis as he pairs with the Human V, baby, Mr. Money in the Bank. That contract in his possession to cash in anytime, anywhere for an Alpha World Championship match. I think it's why Pat LaFave has been, well, if you ask me, a bit of a conspiracy theory, has been so adamantly sicking Mills on El Jefe to keep him busy. And this six-man tag team match just, in my book, my eyes, another obstacle for El Jefe to try to get them to take his focus off of the Alpha World Championship. And last but not least, for the Dream Team, the Outcast, the four-time world champion, but also not the man that he once was. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only, Brett Angel is the best that I have seen him in years. This season, he has not only been putting on 5-star classics, but he's been winning. A winning streak that, well, I hate to say it, but we've learned to not expect from Angel over these last couple of years in his career. But the Brett Angel of old, though not fully back, I think is starting to reclaim that forgotten glory that made him the star that he is today. He looks for his first championship in over 2 years this Sunday. And he looks to take it from the man that's become his life. Brett Angel lives and breathes to make Xander Slate suffer. Kevin Silva and Nils in unison, not very impressed with Brett Angel. Let's see if Brett Angel can be a team player. Of course, he hasn't teamed with anyone since, well, what happened with Dule Zaire, not to bring up some bad memories. So who's going to start things off? Kevin Silva for his team, Perry Heaton. So right off the bat, a preview of what's to come this Sunday. And remember, at Death Wish, every single match going to have a stipulation attached to it. I can only imagine what these two are going to go at it in. Kicks to the thigh. Ooh, gets a big elbow to the top of the head to pay for it. Perry Heaton charges. Missed the first time, but, well, made up for it on the rebound with that clothesline. Takes the arm, snaps over the shoulder, counters the Irish whip, though. Silva off the ropes, only for a nice chest bump. Irish whip right back into the corner. Kevin Silva looks to, oh no, Mills and Matsuda Tanaka giving him some room to work. Work. Stomp right to the chest out of the Tree of Woe position. I'm genuinely excited to see this one-on-one match this Sunday. I mean, I think these two guys are going to beat the hell out of each other, but I think the potential to put on an awesome match. Kevin Silva momentarily there channeling his chi. Perry Heaton's not that kind of guy, though. A modified torture rack, simultaneously choking out Kevin Silva with his own arm. Both of these guys former champions, if you ask me, both of them future world champions. Oh, watch out, El Jefe. There's a man who's guaranteed pretty much to be a future world champion. Oh, trying to help out Perry Heaton a little bit. We know El Jefe's a team player. Him and Joey Bacon. Ooh, of Vintage, the first annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic winners. Money in the Bank, though, only twice ever in CMV history has failed to produce a champion. Most recently with MLP, and before that with Nick Blake. But 80% of the time, when you cash that in, we are going to have a new champion. Perry Heaton. Ooh, getting face smashed off that steel post, and at the count of 7, we are getting into dangerous territory. Kevin Silva Just in the nick of time, saving this from going to a countout, which I think a couple of people may not have minded. This ain't no Bloody Brit match. That's up next. Chris Andrews one-on-one with Reese Matthews. Kevin Silva wants a tag, but to who? Nobody. Perry Heenan denies it. The pretty boy Pitbull. Set out face button. Damn, Kevin Silva felt that in his soul. Kick to the midsection. Perry Heenan not done either. Pile driver. I think I've seen enough of those tonight to last a lifetime. At least it wasn't off the apron. The former Anarchy champion follows through with a brainbuster pin. After the float over, but a rope break, and look at El Jefe charging down Mills. Mills retreating to the apron, though, wanted nothing to do with the human quiche. Silva looks for a big old double-handed shot to the chest. Perry Heenan, though, instead has him trapped in the corner. Look at this face wash. Watch out, Bird Angel. Oh, not even moving. Big boot. Smashing in the skull of the Portuguese god of wrestling. Phenomenal submission artist. But right now, that's not doing a whole lot for him. The Beef Boy Supreme. Perry Heenan destroying Silva currently. Another brainbuster. Kevin Silva takes it in stride, though. Uh-oh. Silva fires off the capture suplex. Trademark maneuver of the former World Tag Team Champion. Perry Heenan gets trapped in that Olympic stretch. It might be all over. I heard a rumor that Kevin Silva doesn't clip his nails specifically for the reason of making the Olympic stretch more painful, but well, Perry Heenan knows he doesn't want to get caught in that. Look at this now. Cobra Clutch bringing Silva down to the canvas, wants to make him tap. Cobra Clutch, crossface, and Silva taps. Perry Heenan forces a submission specialist to tap. Perry Heenan picks up the win for his team and big momentum heading into Death Wish. Yeah, we didn't get to see anybody except these two. Mills, Matsuda Tanaka, El Jefe, and Bird Angel all getting a night off. El Jefe and Bird Angel getting a free win, though. That's not too bad. The dog collar, though, traps Kevin Silva. That might be the first time I've ever seen Kevin Silva tap. The ropes were too close, but the pain too severe to withstand. Well, Kevin Silva will have a shot to redeem himself this Sunday, while El Jefe and Bird Angel are part of two different triple threats. Now into our tertiary main event for Genesis number 146, guys, and an old rivalry revisited as the Bloody Brit O.Y. Brit Y goes one-on-one with the former undisputed champion Reese Matthews. Still to come, Scott Dallas debuts toe-to-toe with Angelo Babos in the main event, first time ever. As Josh Wolf meets Paul Devine, #1 contendership for the World Championship will be on the line. But, well, Chris Andrews was very fired up earlier tonight when he came down to the ring to answer the question, why Brit? Why? It's been on everyone's mind since he turned his back on Tim LaFave and aligned with the regime. And Brit just pretty much said, Tim is a bastard. He's manipulative. He's conniving. Throughout my entire career, he's never respected me. And I grew tired of always having his back. And you know, the same not being, the same respect not being shown to me. And Chris Andrews even going so far as to say, Tim, you want some revenge? Come meet me at Death Wish this Sunday in an Extreme Rules match. Well, Britt obviously wanting to finish the job on Tim LaFave. Tim hasn't been seen, though, since that standoff 2 weeks ago between the Rebellion and the Regime, still recuperating from the injuries he suffered at the hands of Chris Andrews. The former Alpha World Champion, for the first time ever in his career, drawing the ire of the CMV universe. And not giving a shit about it. And here's a tweet, guys, from Josh Wolf. He says, Reese showed more heart than I ever thought he had. And Martini was willing to go beyond just to strike a message to Pat. Nothing but respect. The Rebellion has each other's backs. Chris Andrews only has one person's back. That's his own. But obviously seeing his future brighter alongside Pat LaFave and the rest of the Regime. So will Tim LaFave answer Britt's challenge for this Sunday at Death Wish? Death Wish, the 1-year anniversary from Chris Andrews. He mentioned it earlier tonight, winning the first ever 8-man ladder match. One of his international championship reigns. You can just tell by Chris Andrews' body language, the way he's carrying himself. Not the same man he was a month ago. As I said, Chris Andrews knowing his opponent tonight very well. Over a year ago that Chris Andrews defeated Reese Matthews to become undisputed champion. Reese has had a roller coaster of a season so far. Last time we saw him a few weeks ago, picked up a countout win over Perry Heenan. Reese hasn't really been in the right state of mind for a while now, though. Well, Reese has made it clear that he's not going to choose a side. He's staying out of this one. The Rebellion, the Regime, Reese Matthews does not care. He just wants to get the World Championship. So here we go, Chris Andrews, Reese Matthews revisiting their rivalry over the World Championship from just about 2 years ago. The referee rings the bell. Meeting right in the middle of the ring. Reese Matthews starting strong already with a clothesline. Collar double tie-up. Matthews overpowering Britt. Backs him into the corner. Referee Tyson trying to separate these two. Oh, and Britt takes the cheap shot. Can't say I'm surprised. German suplex from the former Alpha World Champion. The accolades of Chris Andrews, well known. And of course, if you don't know them, he recited them pretty much all earlier tonight. I think Britt will be known for a long time as the guy that stabbed Tim LaFave in the back. Oh, and speaking of Tim LaFave, there he is! The inaugural Alpha World Champion coming out to respond to Britt's challenge in person. Britt saying, bring it on. And Tim, Cody Allen Cyclone. There's your answer. This match is over, but, well, Britt has his answer this Sunday. Chris Andrews, Tim LaFave, Extreme Rules. As Britt gets the win via DQ, but he ain't conscious to celebrate it. There you go, Britt. I bet Chris Andrews had no idea Tim LaFave was actually in the arena tonight talking all that trash he did. But I think Tim just gave Britt a big old, yeah, I'll meet you at Death Wish, boy. As now into our co-main event, guys, the debut of Scott Dallas, who's been introducing himself to the CMV universe via our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, these past few weeks. Definitely excited to see what this kid can accomplish. Only 19 years old, and, well, he's not on easy street for his first bout, as he goes toe-to-toe with the outlaw Angelo Babos, who's slated for triple threat action against Mills and El Jefe this Sunday at Death Wish, hoping for some momentum. Picked up a big win over Chris Andrews a few weeks ago, but, well, we know what happened last week, destroyed by Mills, and perhaps even on the verge of having his career ended until El Jefe came to his rescue. Now he's going to have to thank El Jefe by trying to beat him in a couple of days. Yeah, I know. My bad. Not a kid. He's 19, but he's not a kid. Scott Dallas and CMV, to prove his family wrong, told him that he can't make it big. I see something in this guy. Can't call him a kid. Like I said, we've gotten to know Scott Dallas a bit over these last few weeks with some exclusive videos on our website, but it's time to find out how he carries himself in the ring. If he's actually competent, because I've never seen him compete before. Not even seen him in the Performance Center. I must have missed him. However, his opponent, someone that we know very well, the outlaw, the hard-hitting, skull-cracking Angelo Babos, master of the upset, wins. Although it's kind of Scott Dallas who's the rookie tonight. Babos, one of the forefront members of the Rebellion, adamant about getting Pat LaFave out of power, but gotta wonder if this match is Pat's way of saying, I think so little of you, Babos. Here, take this kid. Face this 19-year-old kid, fresh off the academy. Scott Dallas makes his CMV debut against Angelo Babos here in our co-main event. Let's see how he fares. Referee Tyson rings the bell, and, well, Babos comes rushing out of the gate right into a big open palm strike. Oh, here come the kicks already. Those lethal kicks. Angelo Babos puts those educated feet to good use. Oh, look at that. Speaking of kicks, though, Scott Dallas gets one off to the thigh. Trying to come up from behind, though. Babos reverses. Ooh, and a nice vertical suplex of his own. That animation from 2006. And look at, whoa! Babos with death row. And not even finished. Scott Dallas to his feet as Babos stalks him for the kill shot. Blocked by Scott Dallas. Near-death experience. The 19-year-old, though, defends himself and tries for an upset pin. No, doesn't even get a 1 count. Trying to help up Babos to his feet, like the good humanitarian he is. Oh, and gets a Meteora for his troubles. Babos Irish whip gonna send Scott Dallas into the corner. Charges him, grabs the boots though, and a kick to the chest from the apron. Scott Dallas reeling, Babos there to meet him. High kick caught. Elbow down onto the knee. Another Meteora. I've never seen a standing Meteora. One. Only a 1 count. Dallas not going to go down so easy. One of the youngest active competitors, I think the youngest active competitor on all of CMV across Fusion, NGW, and Genesis. Only 19 years old. Look at this though, Scott Dallas. Looking to prove his family wrong. He ain't a kid. Going for a checkmate. Into the pin. What an upset. 1, 2, 3. Scott Dallas. Wow. What? Wow. What? Scott Dallas upsetting Angelo Babos with the Dallas driver. Man, Angelo is such a hard guy to predict. He beats Chris Andrews one week, and then he loses to a debuting Scott Dallas the other week. Next week, he's probably going to become world champion. I don't know what this guy. Man, for Scott Dallas, though, what a win. The kid. Oh, I'm sorry. The man. Well, hopefully Angelo can bounce back this Sunday, but when did Scott Dallas even get busted open, by the way? It was like a not even like a 3-minute match. The baby boy of Genesis. Genesis's child. Guys, here we go. It is main event time for Genesis number 146. First time ever. Josh Wolf and Paul Devine meet one-on-one. The winner will challenge Pat LaFave this Sunday for the Alpha World Championship in the main event of Death Wish. This match put together by Pat LaFave last week after Wolf and Devine lost that match to Braxton Sutter and Matt Devious. To Pat LaFave saying, I obviously have to defend my championship. I am a fighting champion after all, but who do I defend it against? Josh Wolf, who deserves his rightful rematch, or Paul Devine, who became #1 contender? It's a conundrum. But Pat LaFave, being the genius that he is, and I say that not liking the man, pitting these two against each other for #1 contendership, knowing their alliance is already fragile at the helm of the Rebellion. We could see it just go down the drain. So much on the line. Looking past this war, the World Championship is what matters the most to every single superstar under the CMV banner. Josh Wolf wants to reclaim his title. Paul Devine wants to become champion for the first time ever. Do not forget, guys, immediately following Genesis, not immediately, about 10-15 minutes or so, the first ever episode of the CMV Rundown. We're going to go after these past week's events. Some announcements regarding Death Wish. Talk about who walks out of this match as #1 contender. And a tweet, guys, I should say, from Angelo Babo says, after that match with Mills last week, I wasn't ready. I just haven't fully recovered. I just hope I can get myself prepared for Sunday, or I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, like I said, a roller coaster is what Babo says. Winning huge matches and then the next week choking the newcomers. I certainly hope he can get himself in the right state of mind, which is exactly what I hope for Josh Wolf. Well, no matter what might be going on here, the Genesis landscape currently, I'll tell you this much. This is going to be a hell of a match. Josh Wolf, of course, was hoping that it would be for the Alpha World Championship. You know, once Wolf retained against Masaya Yuma and Anarchy Rules and Paul Devine won the chamber, Wolf was so excited to defend his title against the Asian sensation, the 5-time undisputed champion. LaFave had other ideas in mind. Can this alliance survive? Both these guys capable of putting on 5-star matches any day of the week. So here we go. Who will challenge Pat LaFave this Sunday in the main event of Death Wish for the Alpha World Championship? Paul Devine, who bettered 5 other men inside of an elimination chamber to become #1 contender, now has to defend his #1 contendership against the former champion, a man who was screwed out of his title. Josh Wolf, Paul Devine, one-on-one. Bell ring, get it on. No handshake, straight to the grind. Kick to the midsection by Wolf, turned into a side headlock, feeling each other out early on. Devine pushes him off, rebounds from the ropes. Drop down by Devine. Now goes for a super kick, caught though by Wolf. Tries for a neck breaker. Devine says no way. Throws a hook. Wolf rejects it, forearm smash, spinning soul kick. Kick to the midsection, rejected. And Devine into a lion saw. Already this match is Liddy. Reverses the momentum though, able to toss Devine off him. Kick to the back now. Wolf brings him up into a seated position. Another kick to the back. A third time? Nope, tries for a headbutt instead. Gets a face full of bow. Stunning Wolf momentarily. Sliding shin strike. Wolf smashing his face off the canvas too. Double trouble for that move. Kick to the lower back. Devine brings him to his feet right into a front headlock. Escapes though. Chops the wrist. Loop as press. Strike, strike, strike. Devine forced to, excuse me, early on, roll the ringside and recover. I mean, I don't know what kind of condition these two guys are in, especially Paul Devine, after last week's main event match where Braxton Sutter just ripped the Asian sensation limb from limb. Reversing each other's momentum. Oh, and Josh Wolf is getting well acquainted with the mat in this match. Comes Devine, the master of his craft. Past, present, and future in this ring. Going over the accolades of Paul Devine would be here all night, but a 5-time world champion. Josh Wolf, the inaugural, a 2-time Rising Star champion. Main event of Ascended 6. Defeating Chris Andrews to become Alpha World Champion. Emerald Flosion there by Paul Devine. And look at that now. The cheeky jab holding his boot right up under Wolf's chin. Not afraid to have a bit of fun. I'm going to try for the pin off that. I think that might be a bit of disrespect on Devine's part. A tweet here, guys, from Chris Andrews. Mentioned the devil, he shall rise. Just like I said, Tim could have faced me like a man at the start of the show, but he hid and waited until I was having a match. Such a bastard. Well, either way, Britt got exactly what he wanted. A match with Tim LaFave this Sunday at Death Wish. 1 count now for Wolf off the pin. Coming down hard. Wolf keeps trying that headbutt. Off the ropes on the rebound. Going for a scoop slam, maybe. Wolf pushes him off. Distance created and a lie detected. Josh Wolf using his entire body like a battering ram. Tries to pull him over for a Samoan driver, maybe. I can only hypothesize. Lariat takedown, though. Japan's biggest export. Monkey flip. staple maneuver in the arsenal of Divine. Irish whip right into the corner. Back elbow. Runs him out to the center of the ring for quite a bulldog. Another pin attempt. Seems like these guys are trying to knock each other off quickly. The longer the match goes on, they probably know the more they're going to have to try and hurt each other. Again, they're allies. Leading the rebellion. The Alpha World Championship, that's what matters the most above all else, even if these two don't want to say it. Oh, the ruthless side of Wolf now peeking its head. Just stomping out of the arm of Divine, trying to snap it like a twig. Divine might be in trouble. Wolf says night-night. Divine ain't sleepy, though. He ain't tired yet. The Divine certainly has the striking advantage, I'd say, over Josh Wolf, but I don't know if Divine can match the tenacity of Josh. Just the unrelenting of Wolf. Doesn't stop, just keeps coming at you. Hangman's DDT. These two are spending a lot of time mocking each other. Forearm smash. Wolf trying to stay on top. A little bit of an homage to Tim LaFave. Inverted atomic drop. Scoop slam. Divine's teetering. Wolf knows it. Gonna go for that DDT of his. Counter to now Divine. Sending his... Oh! What a hot shot setup. Is Wolf out? Is Divine #1 contender? Just a 1 count. Knee drop. Knee drop again. One more time. A 4th. Working that chest. Paul Divine sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Looking to finish off Wolf with a bit of added dimension. Wolf, though, reverses into a triangle choke. Looking to make Divine tap. Rope break, though, is what saved the man who puts the rising and rising sun there. The hell is this? What the hell is that? I don't even know. Kind of like a fisherman's driver mixed with a Northern Lights driver. Michinoku driver. Look at this, though. Now it's Divine trying to get some life back into himself. That catchphrase followed by another catchphrase. 2 in a row. Paul thinks he has it. Does he? 1, 2. Just about, but not quite. Wolf's eyes glazed over, looking up at the lights, doesn't even know where he is. Divine's got him where he wants him. 24th punch. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, excuse me. Not many can say they have survived a 24th punch. Divine throwing Wolf back, clipped the base of his skull off the canvas. Wolf's jaw throbbing. I'm sure of that. Pele kick. Wolf searching for refuge in the corner. Don't think he's gonna find it though. Divine standing right on top of him like peanut butter on jelly. Another catchphrase. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3. Paul Divine is the #1 contender. A slew of catchphrases and a 24th punch later, Paul Divine has a date with Pat LaFave this Sunday. He survived the Elimination Chamber, and he survives Josh Wolf. Now the Asian sensation looks to become Alpha World Champion this Sunday. The question is, Pat LaFave has got something up his sleeve. What is going to happen this Sunday at the pay-per-view? How is Josh Wolf going to fit into it? Is the alliance intact? Has the regime won this war before it even really begins? See what's going on in this house show. We're going to sim this. Oh, that's an interesting match. Oh, Kevin Silva and Pat LaFave knocking off Vintage. Rob Cross defeating Tim LaFave too. And Xander Slate getting a win over Matsuda Tanaka. But guys, do not forget, in just a couple of minutes after the stream ends, I'll be going live with the first episode of the CMV Rundown, where we will talk all things CMV, going over this past week's events and what's going to go down this Sunday at Death Wish. So if you're interested in sticking around and watching that, make sure you do. Or I certainly hope that I see you this Sunday for the first Genesis exclusive pay-per-view of the season, Death Wish. It is going to be a good one. Either way, hope you have a fine weekend, and I will catch you when I catch you.